So hello guys, I just take a break again. So uh, I um, let's get back to the sign up method. So as I say, I will return a promise of response. So I will just remove this parameter because I don't need it anymore. And each time I call return each time a response. So that's it. So basically, I don't want it to have any type here. So I will just say that this I will maybe create something that will help me to have an interface or extend. What if I create a type name? Yes, maybe I will create a type like this. So let's create a type like this. So we will create a new folder called types and just create a new file inside a new file called tenant.type.ts, and we will export this type name tenant type, and inside we will use all the data we will need, maybe like this. Yes, okay, this is what I thought we cannot use. So I just don't want to repeat myself with the interfaces. So if I have already have model and I already have interfaces, should I extend them or not? Okay, well, you got this. Okay, so the the idea that come actually to me is to create, yes, is to create a folder named types. So inside I can create for each interfaces. For each interface I can create a file called a type file, so I can use them in my services to pass them. I can use it in my services as parameter. So let's create a tenant type called export type tenant type equal so we will have these two value. Okay, and basically what we will do is to replace all the parameters in tenant service with the type. So we will use tenant type here. So that's it. Yes, so we have this type, and that avoid using any because any is too I don't know, that means nothing. So yes, we will not use any type. So let's generate the doc again. So that's it, and here also we will replace the interface by the tenant type, and here we replace this and replace this here also, here, and okay, here maybe I want to pass the interface, so I will let this method like this, because I will maybe not or normally get a tenant interface and update the data. So yes, let's that's as it, and we'll also let that as it. So that's it. And now that we have a tenant type, we can just specify a tenant type like this. So like this. Created add, new that, and update add, new. Yes, I know this is not a new lab, so I will make this new lab. It is not asking you to define. Yes, so sorry. Like this instead, or maybe undefined. Yes, sorry, that's better. So let's not specify this property since it's undefined. So that's it. Okay, so let's continue. And now that we create our tenant, we will create our user. So okay, we have another problem. So basically we create a tenant using a session. So I don't let's instantiate a new session. So that will be a session await equal await mongoose. Yes, let's see, we have, okay, so we have mongoose, and we will use mongoose star a session, and after we will start transaction to say that to listen to all the requests we will make from this method. So now that we have our session, we can just call a new method called create with session, and just pass the client session here like this. So we have a type and we have a client session. So we have a type. So what's wrong? Yes, sorry, we have a type and a client session, and we have a GB and then we will have our I think that I made a mistake returning a promise of each interfaces. So guys, so what I will do is remove all the promise I use. Sorry guys, again we will to remove a promise. So let's get back to the before that, let's get back to this method I called and test that. So we have this time we have okay, Ethernet. Yes. Oh, sorry. Let's say that we have this. So this side we have Ethernet. Yes, Ethernet interfaces. Sorry. And if I yes, Okay, sorry guys, we will not remove anything. So we have 18 interfaces. So that's it. After the tenant, we will just be okay. So a tenant will be uh, so let's say that we have tenants. Let's say that we have tenants. If we have tenants, so we will just use the tenant here. We just use the tenant here. So the tenant will be the first one and the last one, and then we will create, sorry guys, and after we create the tenant, we will create a user. We will create a user. So yes, so that we have, if you have a user, so now we will create a user. So to create a user, that will be a user from the request body. So we will say that a created user will be this user service create with session, and we just add the user in parameter and specify the session like this, and add the properties await to wait for the result, and we have a user interface. So like this, and let's say that we have a user. Okay, also if we have created user, even we have an array of user, we will get only one result, so one user. I don't know why, but that's actually how MongoDB work. MongoDB, if you want to create a document with using a client session, you need to pass an array here. So you need to pass an array here with an option with option using session. So basically, this is how MongoDB works. I think maybe in the future they will make some other updates. Sorry about that. So we will deal with that for now, and always check if we have something in the return result, and if we have, so we will just grab the only one user in the collection. So that will be a created user equal created user at ender 0. So before storing the user into the database, we need to affect to the user is tenant that's very important. So the tenant will be that, and also before created a user, we need to have the role. So here we need to get the the admin role. So because the user who sign up to the software will be the admin. So this user can add later on another user, and that's it. But actually, if a user sign in, if a user register on the platform, it will be the admin user. So basically, what we will have, we will store first we will first time store all the role in the databases. So basically, I will hard coded the role here. So not hard coded, but I will create an enum of role here. So let's create our enum of our role. User role, user, yes, sorry, lowercase, user role, enum, user role dot enum, sorry, ts, start const, and user role, enum. So we have the admin role with admin role. We will have a user role, simply user role, and the viewer role. Sorry, that must be uppercase, and here uppercase. So was the viewer, sorry. So basically, the admin user can will sorry. So basically, the admin user can have the possibility to manage the subscription, all the subscription. They can cancel, subscribe to a plan, or update a plan. He can also add another user to the platform, and all the and have access to all the settings, etc. So the user, a user who have this role cannot, subscribe to a plan, update a plan, delete anything, or maybe some have access to some setup or setting, and this viewer can do anything. I think if a user have this role, he can just see everything in the app but not create anything, like create a product, create a subscription, or create a services. Cannot record anything but just see view all, like just have an access to view all the feature in the software. So that's it. Let's go back to the controller. Now that we have the user also, what we will do is we will create a services for the role. So a service for the role will be just a get method for now, because we will just need to get each time we create a user the admin role for now. So we will create a services for the role. So let's create a role service. So let's put role service. Sorry, let's just escape this. A role service, and in the role service we will have a get function, get by by name, get single function by name, I think. Yes. We have a get single by ID, but also here a get role by name. So we have a role services, a role interface, a string, and here we have a role model, and we also have a get single by name, a get by name, just get by name, because we have our enum to get a role by his name. So here we will just change the method to use a find one with a filter, sorry, like this. So let's generate our doc again. This is important. So I just generate our doc. So now that we have the get user by name, we will inject the role service in, sorry, what I changed here. Yes, we inject our role service in our role service, sorry. We inject our role service here so that we can use the service to call a role. So now we will just get the admin role like this with this role service get by name, and now we will call the role enum to get the admin role. So now that we get the admin role, we will just affect also the admin role to the user. So yes, so we have a new lab, and here we just have role interface. So that's not possible to assign a role interface or a new lab. So just add this character to avoid to have this error. So now that we assign the role, what else? Now that we have seen the role, we will just manage the password. So to manage the password, we will just encrypt the password, and to do that, we will just create a new method. I think we create a new method, not here, but not in the service, but we will create this new method here in util. Utils to crypt our password. So we will create a file called password crypt password crypt dot util dot ts and in this we will create a class name. Sorry, before I forgot, let's just register our new services. So our new services is the role services, and the role services here. So let's get back to our password crypt class. So now we will have one method that will help us create encrypt the password. So we will encrypt the password. Encrypt. So here we will have a password. So we will use bcrypt to encrypt the password. So let's import bcrypt. Something that we already specified. bcrypt.js. So we have bcrypt.js. So now that we have bcrypt.js, we will return bcrypt hash. We will return bcrypt hash password and the salt. The salt. What is the salt? Length to generate also salt length to generate or salt to use. Okay, so we will pass 12 here. So that's it. But let me check if I can add an async properties here and await. So we can hash sync, maybe. No. Okay, like this, maybe this is better. So we will return a promise of string and generate a dot. Sometime this no, sorry. So now we will have another feature called decrypt. Method called decrypt that will decrypt the encrypted password. Encrypted data, sorry. So sorry guys, that's not decrypt, but we have made instead a method that will help us, a function that will help us compare the data. So now we will have the hashed password and the hashed password and the clear password. So the hash password is the password, encrypted password that we store in the database here by using this function before storing, and this password will be the password, the clear password, the password not hashed password, if I can say that. this way, and we will compare using the password and the hash password. And I think this return a boolean. Yes, that's return a boolean. So that's it. So we will grab the user password here. Maybe I need to inject this. I need to use this as a service. So I will just create I will just move this function in a service and inject this service also. So let's call this encryption. Encryption. I'm a little bit tired. So encryption service TS. And it now to make this indent correctly, you just need to you just need to at the same time hit the button Maj Alt and F if you are on Windows. For Mac user, I don't really know how to do that. So, or you can just right click and format document. So that's it, and let's just import again our bakery. So import bakery, generate a command for this function, this method. So that's it, and we will now inject the cryptage, the encryption service, Now that we inject the encryption service, so we have also the wall here, and here we have encryption wall. So now that we inject this encryption service, we will just hash the password, the user password. To now, that's hash the user password. So hashing the user password is to just call the service. And reassing again the hash password to this password before storing the user into the database. And now that we encrypt the password, sorry guys. So now that we create a encryption service, let's not forget to register also the service always. So that will be encryption service register. And now we will also create a bearer token service that will help us generate token. So we have new file. So new file called bearer token service. So the player token service will contain a method called generate token. No, generate, just generate, and we will get in parameter. Just for this time, we will use an any type. So the any type will be the data, because assume that we don't assume that we just want to use any type of data to store it. Assume that we just want to use any type of data, and this data will be stored in the token. So actually we don't know which type of data we will use to store in the token. So since we will use this method each time we will need to generate a token, we will just specify it on any type. So we will specify on any type, and we will also have a secret key, but I think I will just specify the secret key. I will just define a variable, store the secret key inside in this file, and also we will have an expire in, so the deadline where the token will not available anymore. So the deadline of the token. So deadline, which will be in string. So like Bcrypt.js, I already specified Bcrypt here. Bcrypt JS for encryption. I already install this package called JSON Web Token. So this package will help us generate our token using our data. So we will import JSON Web Token from JSON Web Token, and we will just we just return JSON Web Token sign our data using our secret key, and the secret will be private secret. A secret can be a constant, so always create a constant, because if you want to change the secret and you change it here, you will need to change it to inside all the file that used the secret. So the best way is to change once the value of this secret is to create a constant, and if you change the value once, it will be changed inside all the files you use the secret value. So we will create a constant, and we will call token constant. Yes, we will call token constant.ts, because here we will export const secret token secret. We will call it like this. So we will have our token secret here, or maybe yes, directly here, and we will have an expire in. Sorry. So here we have option called expire in, and we will say 24 hours. And here we will have the deadline. We will use the deadline instead, and we will pass the time here in the deadline. So we'll have an optional data. Sorry. Okay. Inside option. Why? Okay, sorry. This is a surprise like this. Okay, that's it. And we will always comment the method. Sorry. So as you can see, the function. So now that we create our function, to create a token, we will just specify the tokens, and we will specify the token, and so the token will be we will inject the bearer token service pivot with only bearer token service. Yes, bearer token service. And we will register this token. Register this token in our container. Like this. So we register our service here, and we will also call this and use bearer token service generate our token. So we will pass the user ID and the email. We will need the user ID and the email. Just all the data, we just need all the data. I think we will need all the data. We will need the user actually. We will actually need the user. I think yes, we will need the user. And if we need the user, that means that we need to generate the token after we create a user. So yes, after we create the user, so that will be here, and we'll use the created user, create a user here, and the deadline 24 hours. 24 hours, yes. When we create the account, we will just pass the 24 hours first time. So that's it. And now that we create a user, we will just commit the transaction, and yes, commit the transaction here. I think commit the transaction here and return the created user. Yes. Yes, commit the transaction here and return the created user. We will return the created user. Yes, we will return. So we will return a created user. So sorry, we will return a static a response. But before that, I think we need to move the user. We need to move. Yes, we will return the created user. So that would be a created statue code and a created message. No, not created message, but we will return a JSON. So we will return a JSON. So the JSON will be the user, the created user. So here we will affect instead the created user to the token and return. So we will use the token from the yes. So I think that's it for now. So yes, but before to return anything, we just need to commit transaction here. So we will commit the transaction. So that will be a wait session commit transaction commit transaction in here, because we don't have anything, we don't insert anything before the check, we don't need to commit the transaction here. We don't need to commit the transaction here, so that will be an abort. No, don't need anything here. So we will just now about the transaction if something is wrong. So we will use session about transaction, and finally before return the static code, and finally each time we open a transaction, we open a session, sorry, we need to close the session. So we will close the session, end the session instead. End session instead. So that's it. For now, that's it. So this is what we have for the sign up method. This is what we have. So now that we create the sign up method, let register this service also. So this method, it create a new tenant, create a new user, and assign the user to the tenant. Provided that the user is not assigned to the tenant. Okay. The point that the user is not assigned to the tenant. How this is possible? So a user here, and the role, the password, and we create a user, and the tenant is here. The tenant. Here's the code for the user model. Okay. Okay. Let's say we don't need this check. Yes, this is what I think. We do need this check. So that's it, and let's register our service. So that will be a auth service. Auth service. And when we have our auth service, we can now use our auth service in our controller like this and this. So here we will have our auth service. No, sorry. Our auth service like this, and we will just we just create our first endpoint. So our first endpoint will be a post, and so that will be, so we will have our sign up method, our sign up endpoint. So that will be request and result, a response, sorry. And basically what we have here is our auth controller. So we already have this, and we will define our route. So let's assume, so we define our route here. Let's assume that we have a route, and we will have this, a route called sign up. That's it. And here we will just return this put service sign up, and we will pass a user. Sorry. The user will be the request body. So we have our request body for the user, and we will have a response. Yeah. So that's it for our first. Let's see if we can generate a doc. Okay, maybe this. No. So that's our first endpoint. So that's it. So I'm a little bit tired, so I will continue this tutorial another day. Sorry guys.